Welcome to TFT 02 of CSAT. This initiative is of deciphering and brainstorming sociology, and our aim is to help you decipher some of the concepts of CSAT. Today's topic is simple interest. Simple interest is easier among the two types of interest, SI and CI. This one is a bit difficult. Therefore, we have tried to take the simpler one today. Simple interest. Now, here lies one term, which is interest. What do we understand by interest? It is a term which is associated with financial transactions. Financial transactions usually include borrowing or lending. That is why we have banks, and that is why in villages we have money lenders. Now, what exactly happens in this kind of transaction? What is so different about financial transactions? Suppose I have a relative and I need 1000 rupees and I have no one with whom I can borrow. So I will ask my relative that please let me borrow 1000 rupees. I will return this money to you after, let's say, 1 year. So I have taken 1000 rupees and after 1 year I am going to return this to my friend or relative, whosoever that person is. This person does not charge anything extra because he or she is my known person. But if I am asking a money lender that I need 1000 rupees and I will return that money after 1 year. Now, the money lender does not know me personally, and he is only interested in the finances or the financial aspect of our relationship. So, he is going to put forth a condition. He will tell me that, all right, I am going to give you 1000 rupees today, but after 1 year you have to give me some interest along with this 1000 rupees. This interest is the income of this particular money lender. So if I am returning the money after 1 year, then I will return 1000 plus the interest. This excess money is known as interest, and this money on which the interest is given is known as the principal, and this whole amount which I return is known as amount. So, amount is equal to principal plus interest. This is the basic concept. In simple interest, the interest amount is always constant. This is because it depends on the principal. It depends on P. Now, how do we calculate this simple interest? How do we calculate this? There are many factors on which this simple interest depends. Simple interest depends on the rate of interest. Simple interest depends on the rate of interest. It also depends on the principal, and it also depends on the time for which this amount or this principal is being borrowed. So simple interest depends on the rate of interest, the principal and the time. So if you write it in the form of formula, you will get it as simple interest is equal to P into R into T by 100. This is because R or the rate is always expressed as a percentage. So if I take some amount, let's say 1000 rupees, and I have told the money lender that I will return that amount after, let's say, 2 years, then he or she may charge, let's say, 3% as the rate of interest. Then this is the amount that I have to pay extra. Okay. So this will come out to be 60. So amount that I will pay will be simple interest plus the principal that I borrowed. When I had taken money from my friend or relative, I simply returned this amount. I took 1000 rupees and I returned 1000 rupees. But when I take or borrow money, let's say from a bank or a financial institution or even a money lender, then they will not give me for free. They will charge one interest, and when I will return the money, then I have to pay this interest. So usually in simple interest, you only have to apply P into R into T by 100, where P is the principal, R is the rate of interest, and this is the time duration for which you have or I have borrowed money. Now you should remember one thing, that this T always has to be written in terms of years. So if I am taking money for 3 months, then I have to express this as 3 by 12, and this will be the year. Okay. So if I am borrowing the money for 3 months, then it will come out to be 3 by 12th of a year. This will be 1 by 4. If you remember, when we were studying number system, we had studied about fractions. And in fractions, it was in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are not multiples. So here, when we write 3 by 12, then we find that 12 is a multiple of 3. So we cancel it and we find that it can be reduced to 1 by 4, which is the simplest form of fraction. So if I have to calculate the amount, I will write, let's say, 1000 plus P into R into T by 100. So this will be 1000 plus 1000 into, it was 3, and if the time is 1 by 4, here this is 1 by 4, then this is the total amount that I will be paying to the money lender after 3 months. Okay. So I will be paying this after 3 months, and he or she has asked me to pay a rate of interest of 3%, and I had borrowed 1000 rupees. So let's go through a quick recap. Interest is the excess money which is given to the lender. Principal is the money which is lent or borrowed. Rate of interest is usually expressed per year and as a form of percentage. Percentage means you divide the rate into 1 by 100, so it will come as R by 100. The simple interest, it is paid on the principal. So simple interest will be P into rate into the time. This is the formula for simple interest. It is always constant. This is because P does not change. The amount, if I have borrowed 1000 rupees, then it will not change even if I return the money after 5 years or 10 years. This amount does not change. That is why simple interest also does not change. And the amount that I return, it is a sum of the principal which I took and the interest which I have to pay. And the time has to be in the form of year. So if I took the money for 3 months, then I will write it as 3 by 12 of a year, and this will be 1 by 4. So this is simple interest in short. Please solve a few questions from the previous years, and then if you have any doubts, please post it in the group. You can post a screenshot also. And in the next TFT 3, we will study compound interest. But before that, we would like you to revise the concept of simple interest. So all the best and happy learning. Good night.